Donald Trump is celebrating the decision by the CBS to cancel Stephen Colbert's Late Show. Colbert shared the news with his audience last night.
Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show in May. And
the decision comes days after Colbert criticized CBS's parent company for settling a lawsuit with the U.S. president. The company agreed to pay $16 million after Trump's legal team claimed a 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris was heavily edited to paint her in a positive light. Executives say the cancellation is purely a financial decision. The Late Show is currently the most watched late-night program. Now, to get more analysis, we're joined by Eric Deggans. He is a TV critic for NPR. Eric, thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you for having me.
Eric, how big of a shock was it for you when you heard about this? I mean, I have to admit, I was absolutely stunned.
Yeah, it was a surprise, mostly because there wasn't a sense before this was announced that CBS was unhappy with the cost of The Late Show or was attempting to try to find a way to do the show in a more cheaper fashion. And the fact that they decided 10 months earlier to announce that they're simply going to release Stephen Colbert from his contract when it ends in May of 2026, I think that's one reason why some people are wondering if there are other factors at hand in this decision, because it doesn't seem as if they tried to hold on to him or figure out a way to do the show in a cheaper fashion if finances was purely their only concern.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you. I mean, we all know that we do not live in an age of television that Jay Leno and David Letterman operated in. But that said, when I just recently learned what Stephen Colbert's ratings were, they were fantastic ratings by today's standards, and certainly top of the heap when it came to late night talk shows. So when CBS says that this cancellation was purely pragmatic over financial decisions and it had nothing to do with other matters happening at Paramount, the parent company, do you buy that?
Well, I mean, I don't know that I would say that his ratings were phenomenal. He was doing about 2.4 million viewers a night in the second quarter of this year, which is, slightly puts him slightly ahead of his other of his competition on ABC and NBC. But that show was doing over 3 million viewers just a few years ago, and the revenue for the show has dipped quite a bit, according to what we're hearing behind the scenes from CBS. Still and yet, though, it is the highest rated show in late night. CBS says it's been the highest rated show for 9 straight seasons. And of course, in the background here, we have Paramount, the owner of CBS, hopes to sell itself to Skydance Media, and they need federal approval to do so. And already CBS has settled a lawsuit with Donald Trump. A lawsuit that some experts said that they might have won, connected to a story that aired on 60 Minutes for $16 million. So there's a sense that CBS and Paramount are in a posture where they're trying to appease Donald Trump, and they're trying to make sure that their sale gets the federal approvals that it needs to go through. Now, CBS has denied this, but given the abruptness of this decision, the sense that there wasn't much done to try and find an alternative, and the fact that Stephen Colbert has been a passionate critic of Donald Trump for many years and criticized the settlement that CBS came to with Donald Trump just a few days before this announcement, that's made people very suspicious.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the chill that this may send among the ranks of comedians, satirists. Is it the beginning of the end for political satire and late night shows? As you said, he was a fearless Trump critic. He's a bit older than the other hosts. Certainly, people may remember him from The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. With that, it's political satire, but it does often border on journalism in some ways, and certainly more fact-based storytelling and critique. Do you think that this sends the chills among the other ranks of political satirists?
Well, you know, late night shows, especially in recent years, have helped people process events that happen in the news, particularly now that we have so much chaos at hand in the American political system. It often helps people process things, and it helps them take in information that they otherwise might not have heard about. And so I think these shows do have a valuable function. Now, CBS has a situation where its news magazine 60 Minutes was also under some pressure. Two executives left CBS News saying that the leadership at Paramount and CBS were pressuring them with regards to stories that they were doing involving Donald Trump. As I said, there was a lawsuit against the show that Donald Trump lodged. Now we have Stephen Colbert being told that his show will be canceled in May, and there is another show that is on a Paramount-owned platform that is The Daily Show. Comedy Central. It's on Comedy Central, and that's owned by Paramount. And The Daily Show's also been a very consistent and staunch critic of Donald Trump. So I think a lot of eyes in the industry have turned to see how The Daily Show is going to be treated, if there's going to be some attempt to intimidate them, or some attempt to perhaps say to host Jon Stewart, he hosts the show once a week, and his contract is going to be up at the end of this year. To say to him, well, we don't need you anymore, and try to say that it's a cost-cutting move, when what they may also be doing is looking at a way to sort of tamp down criticism. If that happens, I think people will feel that Paramount is in a position where it really is trying to tamp down criticism of Donald Trump. Now, what may also happen is that all of those people who love Colbert and like his political positions may wind up going to the other late night shows. So there may be a boomerang effect, at hand here. We have to see how this plays out, and we will see how it plays out over the weeks and months to come.
And of course, he's got options. There could be podcasts. He could migrate to a place like Netflix and others, but definitely feels like end of an era in many ways. Thank you so much for that, Eric. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
That was NPR TV critic Eric Deggans.